Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. It's really amazing that it's only in Black community that you see people telling you that you should get over it. That it's been a while it happened, and how many people that it affected and the ones it did not affect. They are always very quick to tell us that. And then gaslight, not they're not gaslight, they gaslight themselves at the same time. Now, the truth is that they are always very eager to find out how are Black people coping, how are they prospering with everything that has happened to them, and all that they are still waxing stronger and the rest of it. Like I keep saying, Black people really do not care about anything happening around them. The only thing that they are so much interested in is to dismantle the system that has really been oppressing them for years. That is major. And now an Asian man is saying that Black people really do not care about themselves. So why did you know that we do not care about ourselves? When you refuse to talk about what is going on in your community, all you have to do is always looking for a way to get into Black community and all of that. I have been telling them that I personally do not believe in bipoc, POC, and all of that. Let us be Black, let you all be whatever you are, and all of that. And these are the people that before they even start like they start school, they already tell them that you are not supposed to associate with these people. They have slots for us. But it is only Black people that I've never heard. The truth is that I do not even know any slot for any community. You know what? Let's get into it.
Millions of people, Black people, died, either enslaved or because they were enslaved or killed. We were a slave country for 100 years longer than we have now the country free of slaves. This is not a thing that happened 150 years ago. This is a thing that happened for 250 years in America, right? And there's death, there's torture, there's terror. There's also 250 years of millions of people giving labor for which they were never compensated. It made America a rich country, and it made people in America very rich. And even if you're descended from somebody who was not a slave owner, the whole society benefited. If I was rich, I could build a school. I could build a hospital. I could donate to the local cultural institutions and events. Everybody, other than the slaves, benefited.
Yes, clearly slavery is the original sin of America, and it did occur for a couple of hundred years, and it caused horrific harm. But it still was 150 years ago.
People keep saying it was 150 years ago. No, it didn't. We kept a kind of quasi-slavery long after actual slavery was eliminated. We built into the 13th Amendment the clause that says you cannot be forced to give involuntary labor unless you are convicted of a crime, which is a backdoor that allowed southern states to basically accuse Black people, even children, of all sorts of crimes, and to put them in a system that we'll call convict leasing, where they would lease out these bodies, again, free labor, to farmers, to industry, to anybody. This happened until the 1930s. It allowed Reconstruction to fail. And right after it did, states, starting with Mississippi in 1890, rush in, call constitutional conventions, and they are not shy about it at all. They say, we are here to white supremacy into the DNA of these states. And those laws exist until the 1960s. The idea that we're just talking about chattel slavery is false. The idea that all of the injury was happened 150 years ago is false. We have to get our heads around what we did and how much we benefited from that, and how much of those tax dollars that we had that Black people were paying in the system were not being used for them at all. Their schools were underfunded. Their neighborhoods were I grew up in one of these segregated neighborhoods. I watched my neighbor's house burn down because there was one fire hydrant in the entire Black neighborhood, and by the time they got that water from that fire hydrant, that house.
This comment was left underneath the video that I shared on yesterday, where Charles Blow was given education. He was preaching to racist as Rick Santorum, who likes to go around saying, yes, slavery was a horrible time in American history, but that was 150 years ago, that video. And Charles Blow had to come out of a bag on him. And this commenter says, it's a miracle Black Americans are doing as well as we are. This country has perpetuated such depravity against us. I agree. And I believe that's why Black Americans are hated so much. Because with everything that they have done to Black people in this country to try to squash us, to try to snuff us out, we are still here. We are still striving. We are still growing. We are still persevering. We are determined. We are determined to have our place in this society. We will not give up. And they cannot stand that about us. They are mad that we are in their faces demanding our equality, demanding our respect for the contributions that we give and have given to this society, that we are demanding to be treated as equal. They hate that about us. They hate it when they see that we are unified. So they work double time to break that unification up. They hate it that with all that is thrown at us, we continue to be adored. They hate that. They hate that our culture is number one around the world, easily recognized in every country around the world. It is why I believe that Africans in the diaspora outside of the United States, it is why they hate Black Americans too. They hate us because they not like us. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. And that's on period.
Don't really actually give a shit about your own issues. And you want to know how I know?
Well, hello there. So what slur does your ethnicity call Black people? I can't keep up. Hey, Asian people, come here, okay? I don't know what ethnicity is, and I don't care to find out. So since y'all all like to blame our race as a whole when something bad happens to you, you know, the Stop Asian Hate movement that y'all did to overshadow Black Lives Matter, yeah, that one blamed it on us. So, you know, it's funny because in the last video I made on you, I indicated that this was something that you would do. Of course you're okay with working hand in hand and buddy buddy with Candace Owens. She talks shit about Black people, not Asians. Come get them. And I'm not defending Genty in no way at all, but you used his page where you saw he talks about random things. And then you showed your page of your social activism. Okay. That's what you built your platform on. So do your job. Y'all excuse me right quick. I'm Googling the list of slurs that different Asian ethnicities call Blacks. This is why I say I am against BIPOC unity. This is why I say I'm not BIPOC, I'm Black. Because your POC friends will throw you under the fucking bus at the earliest opportunity when they've reached their goals after riding our coattails. Y'all remember when you fought so hard to get rid of affirmative action so that y'all could have easier access to schools because Black people benefited from it more? It's funny because y'all make up half the population of Black people, yet your entrance rates into these Ivy League schools and other schools are higher than ours. Y'all forget that on the hierarchy, Black people are at the very, very bottom, but Asian people are right under whites. And if given an opportunity to behave white in America, oh, they gonna take it. See, y'all BIPOC unity Black people forgot about the Latasha Harlins of the world. Y'all forgot that not only were white people following us around the stores, y'all forgot everything about what you grew up being taught for your protection. He openly admits that the lives in Palestine are more important than ours. The Arab Palestinians, because that's all they talk about. What about the Afro-Palestinians living in the town called Al-Abid, meaning slaves? I won't mention it every time. I don't care how much I try to drag me. Oh, this is just gonna breed hate between, this is just one Asian person. There's already division. It's in their cultures. And if you don't think that Asian people are right under white people, you think that's crap, and please tell me, if white people disappear today, who do you think would be more comfortable replacing? I just don't care anymore. I really don't how it sounds. It's facts. It's facts. And y'all all knew that from your parents. They told you before you got on this app. I don't care what y'all call me. It's the truth. It's the truth. And y'all know it's the truth. Come on.
That is actually the truth. She did not lie. You know, the truth is that they are not like they're not like us, you know? And that is something that they are trying to wrap their head around. Like, how are these people progressing? How are they making it happen for them? Why is it that they did not die off? Like, you know, with everything they've been through, they still evolve. They're still like, you know, just like when you plant some grass and you think they are just gonna like, you know, wither, and then you see them growing so good and all that. So yeah, their purpose and their plan wasn't for us to like, you know, to sprout and bear fruits, multiply, and be good. That wasn't the plan, because the plan was that like to make sure that you all are not well, we are not well represented, that everything about us is just another story or another life, you know. That's why they wake up every day to gaslight black people, you know, and trying to tell you that you all should be doing well, because I mean, bringing you out of where you are and all that, it's a big, huge blessing that we brought you all out from where you were and to this place, and it's a very huge opportunity that if you do not make good use of it, that it's your problem. Black people have been through it all, they have gone through it all, and to this very moment, I am really very grateful for my people, for how far they have come and how far they are still pushing, because it is not easy to fall and rise, you know, and we are doing it effortlessly great. And I love our strength. I love how we are pushing it, not relenting. And you know, we talk about what it's going on and how we are being, how what the society or the other part of the people are doing to us and all that. Yet we are not seated at a place. We still look for a way to make things happen for us. So I'm grateful for all that. You know, they said that they keep saying that we all have the same privilege and all that. Like, you know, it's the same privilege that they have is also the same privilege people that look like me have. But they are always very quick to tell you that why are you treating me like a minority, and tell you that they don't want to be minority, but they are going to tell you that I mean, like everybody is equal, and they know the truth. They know that the truth. They know the truth in the sense that they know a particular system has been upholding a particular people, and the other one is not upholding a particular people. You know, they know all of that, but they do not want to admit it, because if they admit it, it's also going to be part of the things they are supposed to pay for. That's why when you talk about reparation, they tell you that did you experience it? Why the people that experience some certain things are all out there and they didn't get anything. Tulsa, people that experienced the massacre, they say they are not even qualified to get anything. And the Asian man that says that black people do not care about their community, I see how much you care about your community. To all, shout out to you, man. You're doing great. They talk about POC, and you know, I personally do not believe in that. You know, when I started, I was when I started digging deep into Black history and all that, I was like, unity is something that should happen. Unity is something that I am always was talking about unity and all that. But as I keep exploring and found out that there is no need for anything, calling for anything. We are okay the way we are. I am sure they're also okay the way they are. If there is anything that will bring us together, we do it, and then we also go our separate ways, because they said that it's good to be friends from far away, because when you bring that friendship so close, anything might happen. I mean, what do I call that? Having boundaries is very important. He is telling us that we do not even mean well for ourselves, but I see how what he meant for himself and his community. He's not talking about what is going on in his own community, but he is always very quick to say that we do not care about our own community. You see those people that will have log of woods on their eyes, but they are looking for someone they will remove dust from. So I am not supporting any POC or bipoc, whichever thing they call it, and all that. Wherever we meet, we great and we'll continue our journey, because they do the most, the very most. They are so quick to talk about the slaw, or they have so many slaws, because I learned that even from the onset, their families already told them that anything, do not ever bring any Black person into this home. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.